How's it? Hang loose. Welcome to Mongoose Max Hawaii, the Alright. Let me get this over here. Yes, this is going to be the Friday, so it'll be Friday the 10th. Pre-recorded. I decided to do,
Okay.
I decided to do a little movie review because yesterday, I went to the movies. We went to the movies kind of like last minute, went to the movies trying to figure out what movie to see because Mad Max isn't out yet. Again, the new one. We're just trying to figure out what movie to go. Anyways, my friend Michael is in the in this film school thing that's a pretty high-ranked film school thing. So I'm starting to think about film school stuff too, because that used to be like that, like little pipe dream I had, like little pipe dream in high school. Once like, I should do that filmmaking thing. That's where this comes from. And so I just figured a little review. Went and saw a movie. It was Fall Guy. That's the movie, Fall Guy. Now it's about stuntmen, as the Fall Guy because they make the falls. But it's also like a pun on the word fall because the Fall Guy is like he gets in the story like set up or they expendable. He's the Fall Guy in that way. So yeah, Fall Guy. It's so spoilers all over the place. I'm not even going to bother. I don't think spoilers matters in this movie. Here you have like the main talent guy, the star, Ryan Gosling. Ken of right after Barbie. So right after the big Barbie fame, Ryan Gosling, he's in other stuff too, but Barbie made him huge. And now there's like this movie's right after on the heels. So it's kind of like that, okay. And it's a adventure, romance, comedy type movie. Okay. And I'll tell you one thing if you just want the bottom line right off the bat. It's a pretty good movie. It's a B movie. It's a date movie. If you have a date and just go there, it's a good 2-hour date movie, and everything's well put together. It's a formula movie. There's a formula for movie making that people, for this kind of movie, there's stuff that they usually do. This and this that they usually do. And this one's very eclectic. They picked pieces of formula from all different kinds of things and they put it in, and they knew what they were doing because the people who made this movie were stuntmen, people who were in the movie industry. So the movie starts off with, they just flat out tell you, there's the director who was a stuntman before, and Ryan Gosling, and they're standing there, and we're sitting there in those little director chairs, and they're just talking to the audience, breaking the fourth wall. They're talking directly to the audience, and they're making jokes about turn off your cell phones, and joking the gag with the cell phone thing. And the reason I bring that up is not because it's super funny and you got a cell phone and you got to turn off your cell phone in the movie, but because it does come up in the movie quite a lot. They got the sound going where, the typical ring on your phone, and then the ring on the phone in the movie goes off. So the phone is ringing in the movie, and it's like you think, oh, is my phone on? You're doing this thing. Is my phone on? Because that thing, that effect, or the sound effect is in the movie, but you think it might be your phone. Well, they really did that on purpose, and that's just like a small minor thing, but it's like I'm pointing out they think of all these little things that they're familiar with movie making. There's a technique where they show so they're making a movie, so the story revolves around making this movie, this big metal fury movie. It's kind of like a Mad Max type thing, and they're in Australia, so there's nod to Mad Max franchise there. And it's about making a movie. So if you're into filmmaking, as in major motion pictures and the behind the scenes stuff, if you're involved in any ways, you'll see this movie and go, oh yeah, and there's a line director, and there's all that stuff in there. I mean, it just features all that behind the scenes. I mean, the scene is, half of it is behind the scenes stuff. So like, they're making the movie in the movie. So, that's tricky. And then they have one of the main plot twists is there's this young lady. This woman is going up in the filmmaking world, and this is her first directorial debut. She's trying to make it, and it's her first movie as a director. She was, down there as stunt coordinator type before. Now she's like movie director, which is kind of, I think, the story of the actual director. So she's directing this new megalopolis metal, it's Mad Maxy thing, and they have a lot of scenes inside Sydney, and all this. Okay, now as she's doing this, she runs across one plot thing, is she doesn't have a good, powerful third act. That's when all the special great action is, like when the hero gets in trouble and overcomes the problems in the third act. And then there's the fourth act and end scene. Fade to black. All that stuff it's all that. So there's this type of technique, and this is one of those eclectic things they plucked from this is not 3D, but there's an eclectic thing they picked from another movie. Well, it's been done before. And one of the movies that's been done with is like this Argyle movie with the cat and the main actress is like a super sleuth fiction writer.
I remember.
And then they're making a movie of her story. And then, so the screenplay is shown in the film. This is too much of this. The screenplay is shown on film, and then the actors are trying to do the screenplay, and it kind of blends between the two. Kind of not the fourth wall. It's kind of breaking the fourth wall. This whole movie is like layers of breaking the fourth wall. That's like talking directly to the audience, like I'm doing now, talking directly to audience. But instead of acting the part, breaking the fourth wall. But this is like a movie within a movie, and in the movie, they're showing you breaking the walls between, and this is the actors doing the dialogue, and then the dialogue. so they're showing this, and they did that in the Argyle movie, and I don't know about that. To me, it's kind of a headache, but they're showing screenwriting, and they're emphasizing the writers, but it's mostly about the stuntman stuff. So in this movie, there is definitely tons and tons of stunts. Now, stunts definitely are underrated in the sense that we're so used to stunts in movies, and I'm going to say movies instead of films. Damn the industry. Like and subscribe. Independent filmmakers. Where was that? The stunts are underrated in films. We see them all the time, and it's just like, so it's like you just forget about the stunt man. There's so many stunts, you just go, yeah. And this is a movie made by a former stuntman, now director, who's trying to portray a lot of that stuff in there. So if you're ever curious about stunts in movies, there's lots of behind the scenes stuff. Even in the credits, it's just to show you how they filmed this movie with the stunts, because obviously in the credits the stunts are like stunts, and there's like about 150 names. A lot of stunts, a lot of stunt people, and there's a lot of the action stuff. So in the story of the movie, the main stuntman is injured in a stunt, and now he's like a valet parker guy, and he's in love with this woman who's going just a total mad crush and all, and not more than the crush. He's like, he had a little bit of a relationship, and it messed up after he got injured. He didn't call her back, and it's the long time and all that stuff. So the apparent fall that he breaks his back and he's injured, and now he's a little guy, is actually purposely done because the main actor, the star, gets his ego butthurt because he's saying, I do my own stunts. I do all my own stunts. And it's not true. And somehow that becomes his main motivation to just kill off stuntmen. In the sense, well, they're expendable. And so he's behind this guy and also some other stuntmen later in some type of drunken, druggy room fight. With a brawl, he accidentally kills one of the stuntmen by punching him. He falls on, and it's on someone's cell phone, and they got to get that film on the cell phone. So you got all this like kind of cheesy setup. I mean, it's not like you can't figure this out. It's not like the movie doesn't hinge on all that, but that's all these little ploys of eclectically picking all these little different things of what they do in movies. And of course there's lots of joking action and stuff like this. But the movie is really sort of based on, it's a romantic comedy. So is he gonna get the girl? And it's paralleling is she gonna be able to write a happy ending for the love tragedy in her story, which is about aliens and cowboys and aliens and cowboys and aliens. Another wink at another movie. So there's lots of winks at all of these little movies. All that's not really spoiler, even though I'm telling you this outright. It's sort of they have a romantic falling apart. He gets hired on to this new giant movie, the Megamax movie that she was directing for the first time. It's a major production, and the studios might pull the funding if it's not this and that.
Come over here.
And there's reasons behind why the studio might pull the funding too. And it all has this sinister little plots of people. The main actor dude is like killing off the stunt man, and now he's trying to kill off the movie. And so he's just, so it's like, it's supposed to be real action he gets involved with the henchman of this guy who's like the main movie star. So the main movie star is the villain, which is probably something you'd write in if you were one of the people working on a movie. It's like, but the main thing is, okay, when the director, former stuntman, and Ryan Gosling are talking to the audience right at the beginning, they just flat out tell you, it's like, yeah, it's like a love story to the stuntmen, like, hey, this is for you guys. This is for you guys. And it really sort of is. A lot of the movie has all that stuff around the place. But in the movie, there is a romantic, it's a comedy. There's comedy stuff in there. But it's mostly action. There's like the fist fight, fall out the window, fall down, car chase, bombs, and whoosh, and things blow up, and they're making the movie, and then they go through the thing, and the car has to jump, and then the bomb, and the car rolls over. And you should see these cars when they roll and wreck. I mean, they're falling apart. I mean, they know how to make a car fall apart. And all that stunt stuff. And so it's good in that way, and it's good in the way that it's like a date movie. You go with it. Oh, is she gonna write that back into the movie and all that? And in the end, the stunt guy, they try to kill him off now because he's unraveling the plot, because they're trying to frame him because he's the fall guy. And so it's not that convoluted, but it keeps you going. Guilty. It keeps you going as far as the action, and there's some funny, fun stuff in it too. I'll spare you the unicorn thing. You'll see. But it's worth seeing if you want. Like, it's 2 hours of date movie. It's perfect for that. So they figured everything in it, all the packaging that would go into a good movie, and they were skilled enough to put it all in there and put it all together. And they told their story and showed a lot of stunts, and it was romantic comedy. So basically, it's kind of a B movie, but not B plus, but it's B, and it has lots of action in it. But it's definitely not B minus. It's like a B. It's like a solid, it's like a solid movie. You go there, it's like, yeah. It's kind of fun and rip roaring, and there's Jason Momoa cameo at the end. You just kind of go, that's the thing. The main villain guy is taken out of the picture, literally. And then all of a sudden there's Jason Momoa, and that was kind of hard to, that was a hard left surprise at the very end. It was kind of, what? And then, oh yeah, because that girl wanted credit as a producer, co-producer. So all in all, there's Fall Guy, and I would say it's better than okay, because it's a fun movie to go see, and that's kind of thing. It's a romantic comedy kind of thing. He's supposed to be in Miami Vice, so his stunt that saves him. You see all these references. Anyways, it's good enough for government work, but it's not. It's done by the stuntmen, and that's the thing. So it's a good solid B. Have a happy day. Blah, 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 blah. Good job with the stunts. Careful. I did stunts in my Super 8 movie in high school.